right. Well, now Rique is Richard Petir, and I met him through Roseanne Cash when I first moved to Nashville in 1983. I had, before I moved here, I had cut my hair for the first time since I was 17 and gotten a perm in LA, and I needed somebody to prune me, to maintain me, because until then I just washed my hair and let it dry, you know. And also doing TV and stuff, you needed somebody to do a little makeup and make you look, you know, make you look good. And she said, oh, well, here's the fellow I use. That was 1983, and no one has touched my hair, for the most part, unless it was a dire emergency, you know, cutting my hair.
I am so honored and blessed to work with Emmy. It's over 30 years now, and I've got to see the world from a whole different perspective through being involved in her life and just seeing how I've worked with other performers, and working with Emmy has just been so powerful in that she's a class act and the most down-to-earth person, and me being able to see that and see how she's perceived by the world and still remains that way is a real learning process that I'm blessed, so blessed to have, really blessed.
He's also been a really, really wonderful friend. We've both been through a lot together. You know, he knows my family, knows my kids. You know, he was a great friend to my mother, and I'm very fond of his mother. And so he's more than just someone who makes you look good.
I knew I always wanted to sing and dance and act, and I knew that singing at weddings and funerals wasn't going to cut it. So when I was 16, I went into a friend's Cuban mother's hair salon and saw all these bleach blonde Cuban ladies doing hair, and I walked in, I go, well, I could do that. And I went home and convinced my parents at 16 to send me to hair school, and I really want to sing and perform, but I know I got to have a job. I could do this at 16 and graduate and have a license and go out and do it for about 10 years and do what I want to do. They listened to me. I'm blessed that they did. And I moved here when I was 20, so it was right after that. And I came here and I was a big fish in a small pond. It was just when videos were taking off, and I did the Judd's first videos. I did a Diana Ross video, Alabama, Roseanne, all these people. And I was quite different for Nashville at that point, trust me. And I was received. I guess it was because I was doing all the record presidents' wives' hair at that point, but I delivered at the same time, you know, and I was able to do both hair, makeup, incorporate wardrobe, so that's how I ended up doing what I do. The first time I went to Europe with Emmylou, it was 1989, and they called me, rather than the old road dog, I was a road puppy, because I've never went to Europe and I was on the road, and it was. So we go to Budapest, one of our first concerts. We go to Budapest, and it was remarkable. It was an outside concert. We go off stage and we go back to the car, and there are police barricades and throngs of people. And I turn into this Guido, the bodyguard, and I get her into the car, and I'm like this, and I'm like, and she says, my daughter Holly just got the cutest little cat with like black with little white over here, completely oblivious to just all this mayhem. And I'm like, and it really put me in perspective of what this individual is in the scope of the whole world. You know, I had no idea. Here, she can easily go to the supermarket or the you know, but there it was like being with Madonna. You know, it was a real aha for me. And she just, it was, yeah, you know.
Rique is a really deep, caring person, and just somebody that I know I can count on as a friend, and who happens to make me look good when maybe I haven't had much sleep the night before. It's a handy quality to have.